Joy to come and to be sharing thoughts with you on our program. Hello, you are welcome to I Can Make It. What a joy to be alive. I want to especially thank you for listening to I Can Make It. With me in this edition is Queen. How are you today? Yes. You know, it's very important for us to look at life from the perspective of I can make it. The reason why is that everyone that God created, He created you with a purpose. Without purpose, you will never find fulfillment. And our purpose is like a goal. Once you have a goal, there is joy every step you take towards making progress to achieve your aim and objective in life. You can make it. Yeah, you'll be happy all through your life. Hello, Queen.
Yes, we're talking about, living, the principles for greater living. Truly, we can have a greater living. We can live, and discover and live our purpose. We cannot afford to exist because we are born to make it. That's why we believe that you can make it and I can make it. And what are we talking about here? We're talking about people, we find that people that live their purpose, they lead healthier and robust lives. When you're doing what you know you should be doing per time, you find that you are happy. You're just happy. They're happy pursuing that which makes their spirit come alive. There's a purpose within you waiting to reveal itself. It doesn't matter your age. Now, not about your age thing, because I found people that actually found their purpose in life later in age. And we have people, children that discovered this, earlier in life because maybe they had the right guidance or they found themselves doing the right thing at the right time, and now they saw that it was their purpose in life. You may have realized it, or you're still discovering. The key is to experiment until you find a purpose that resonates within you. Your purpose will bring joy to your life and those you serve. Truly, it brings a lot of joy to discover your purpose. We still ask sometimes, what is this purpose? It's about what you can do with your time that is important. What you do with your time that you find that is important to you, that's actually your purpose. But when you just while away time, most of us while away time, not finding joy, not even understanding what we are about because we don't know what purpose is. But I'm telling you that it's never late. You can make it when you find your purpose. Now, having a direction and meaning in life helps you live longer. It helps you stand. You find that even when you meet setbacks, you still want to push on because that is what gives your life meaning. You just want to push on. It's linked to our general well-being. The truth is that what is it that you do that you forget that you are doing it? What is that thing that you do per time that you forget? Food. It's easy to find your purpose, but what are we doing per time? I find that when you do it, it gives you joy. There are things I find myself doing. There's some tasks I find myself doing. I don't remember the time. Not talk of eating. I don't remember to eat. That is how to discover your purpose. Now, what are you willing to struggle for? What are you willing to give up time? I mean, you give up everything and struggle for. If there's something that you do anything for, there's a particular task, there's something that you look forward to every day. As you're sleeping, you're thinking about, as you wake up, you cannot just wait to start that thing. I tell you, that is your purpose. What do you want to be remembered for? I think that's the greatest question we should ask ourselves, because most people said, what's all this about purpose, discovering your purpose? I mean, how do I live my purpose? What do you want to be remembered for? If you can tell me what you want to be remembered for, I tell you, that is your purpose. That thing you want people to think about you and say, this person did this to me. This person did this, is the impact he had in my life, in this area. I tell you, that is your impact. So what do you want to be remembered for? if you can answer that question, I tell you, you're on the right path to discovering your purpose, and not just discovering, living in it. Because a man that is living without purpose is just like existing like the air, with no direction. You're just going anywhere. But I tell you, once you know what you want to be reminded for, it gives you direction. It gives you something to wake up to, you know, and you say, this is what I want to do. I don't know if you if you also feel, because I know that, I believe, you know, you are living a passion, you are living a purpose. What does it translate to? When someone asks you, how do I discover my purpose? I mean, what?
Yeah, and sometimes people can come when you are angry at a thing. Something that makes you get angry, and you can do anything to fight for it. You can discover your purpose through fighting for something that gets you angry. For example, there are some ill in the society. You don't want to. You just want things to be right. It's your passion. It drives you.
Yeah.
It does. You can discover a purpose through something that gets you angry, and something you can do most of the time. The things you can do that you can do without asking for payment. You can do it for free.
Exactly.
You can just do it. Just say this. Okay, I'll do it. You offer yourself. It might take your time, and you find satisfaction. You find fulfillment. For example, I like seeing family work. I like seeing things work. I like seeing people do the right thing. Sometimes when somebody's not doing what it's supposed to do, it gets me angry. I said, why? Just do it. What's your problem? Just do it. So it's very important for you, because when you don't discover your purpose, the reason for existence, you will never find satisfaction. It's like it's like using a chair to stand. No, you don't use chair. Chair is meant for sitting, but you can stand on it. A lot of people's life are like that. It's a chair. It's not for standing, but that you can stand and do one or two things does not mean that is the purpose. If you want to climb, get a ladder.
Wow.
Yes, not a chair. So it's very important for you discover. And once you discover anything you know you can do without counting the cost of return, something you can give to, finding your purpose. For example, you find somebody like Nelson Mandela. He was a young lawyer at the age of 24. He left law school, came to his country. He found out that the way things were going was not what he wanted. He started sticking his neck out and begin to do something. He started saying, this is not, before you know it, it was jail. And the guy went into that place and served the term. And to what he believed, he kept on, without nobody pays him.
Yes.
But he kept on doing it. But it would have been sorted out. It would have just like, I, me, and myself, these three in one God. If you don't understand your purpose, you are a man that does not understand purpose is very selfish and self-centered. Purpose is giving away for yourself, for the happiness of the general well-being of the community or of the society where you belong. So it's very important for you that if you want to find for anything you can do that will cause sacrifice, that people will look at it and say, what's best doing? It doesn't matter anything to you, but you just want to make sure this thing is done. And today we can talk about Mandela, because he was a man that was passionate, he found purpose, and he fulfilled his purpose, and he was able to speak against what was happening in our society. We're not talking about people that are stomach infrastructure, that are believe in I, me, and myself, and you consume that. All you care is just you. You want, and that is it. The reason why a lot of people are the way they are is greed. Even when it comes to family, you see, in wanting to find satisfaction and happiness in your home, work for the benefit of your partner. Always seek your partners first, not you first, but your partner first. Seek the general well-being of your partner. You will find out at the end of the day, you will find fulfillment and satisfaction. Another thing I want to say here, never compare your life to that of others. The biggest thief of joy is comparison. Now, when you are alive and you really want to find fulfillment, don't use your life to compare other people's life. If you want to really have joy, find satisfaction, never sit down and say, why is that man like this? Everything in life, everything, the satisfaction in life, your satisfaction in life come through fulfillment of the purpose why you are the way you are.
You know, I think we just hold that thought there, you know. Once comparison gets into the way of purpose, you find that it's not really your purpose. Once you find yourself comparing yourself, maybe we are doing the same thing and you're getting a different result, a result that looks better than mine, and I say, is it not the same? And I'm now thinking of diverting to something else because I want to add, then that is not a purpose. That means you are still doing trial and error. That's what I get. You know, I just like to pick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's very important. It's very important because a lot of people today, they are not finding satisfaction. Oh, this person is doing this. I want to go and do that. Is that your purpose? Your purpose, the purpose of a broom is not to decorate the parlor. You know, when we talk about, if you look at the purpose of broom, it's not to decorate the parlor. But broom is needed if the parlor is going to be clean.
Yes.
And you cannot finish using broom to sweep and use it for decoration.
No.
No, but you see, a broom is okay when you use it to sweep and take it away from there. Everything has and when you want to praise the one that sweep that place, you're not going to say the flower vase is very fine, it's the one that sweep. The flower vase that is there has its own beauty, but the broom will need to sweep. Some people, you must learn to accept the place of your fulfillment and satisfaction in life, or else you will never find joy. In fact, it's like that is the reason why a lot of people, they are not contented, because their container is filled up and they have so many things they want to put into that container. They don't have the content to receive it. So if you find purpose, you find joy. You shine your shine, I shine my shine. Everybody shine. There are many stars in glory. They have different light. All of them does not shine at the same time. And everybody is a star. The glory of the morning is different from the glory of the afternoon. The glory of the evening is different from the glory. Everyone has its own glory. So you have to discover. For example, the reason why a lot of people don't find satisfaction, find purpose. For example, that is why you see that a man will want to be a woman. It's because you don't know the reason why you are a man. You are not a man because you have a head. You are a man because of who the original, the purpose of the manufacturer have designed you to be. You are a woman, and once you are a woman, everything it takes to be a woman is already in you.
Exactly.
Now, what do you need is development. Develop yourself. How do you develop yourself? You eat. You do the things you are supposed to do. With time, you will grow. I want to tell you today, it doesn't matter where you are today. You can make it. You can fulfill purpose. You can be satisfied. You can have joy. You can go forward. You can have everything that you ever believe that you can. The reason is that because as long as you are who you are and you find joy and satisfaction in what you are doing, you are the best.
Exactly.
Nobody can replace you. That is why God did not go to borrow another mode when it was your turn. God finished with you and moved on, and he created another person. No two persons is the same. Even identical twins, there is something to identify them.
Yes.
So you have to be happy for who God has made you to be and fulfill your purpose by finding your purpose in life. How do you discover this your purpose? Find what gives you satisfaction. Find what you can do without counting the cost of return. The people will remember today, they were people that discovered their purpose and they walk in their purpose. And at the end of the day, they were never in competition. Never forget this. Never compare your life to others. The biggest thief of joy is comparison.
And you know, that means that purpose is actually cultivated. You know, even if I give it to a child and say, this one is going to be a farmer, if he doesn't put that purpose, if he doesn't put that into action, he cannot be a farmer. So it's what you do that is actually the purpose. You know, and you know, let me say something that one poet wrote. He said, the purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful. It is to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make a difference that you can have lived and you have lived well. Not just to come and live, but that you live well. That is Ralph Waldo Emerson that said that. Not just for you to just come and, you know, float away in life, but to be honorable, to make an impact. That's what, so we all have our place of impact. You know, your sound may not be as loud as the other person's own, but that you are sounding at all is an impact.
Yes, an impact.
It's an impact. That you are sounding at all is an impact. Don't look at Mr. B, Mr. A because they achieved this and you think you're in the same purpose. It doesn't matter. Are you doing what you are meant to do? Does what you do give you joy? If it's not giving satisfaction, if it's not what you want to be remembered for, then that's not your purpose. Discover your purpose, and I know that you can make it. Now, moving on to, you know, making it, there's one element to life that we can never, overemphasize. Being kind in your place of making it. People that you come across you have to show some kind of kindness to them. You have to give them a human face, because it doesn't, even if you are in your purpose, space of purpose, and people are supposed to make impact to, they are not being drawn to you, there's a problem. Because you can be at the right place, but you are not, drawing people to yourself. People that are supposed to make an impact to their life, they're running away from you. Why? Because you don't have that little element of being kind to the people you meet. We are often, unaware how tough this life is on people, and sometimes we just judge them. Don't judge people like an oil painting, because there's a greater depth to a person than you realize. People we meet, there's a greater depth in them. We don't get an impression of people until we really know them or walk in their shoes. So as you're trying to make impact, you learn to understand people. You learn to work with people. You learn to empathize with them, not just to be sympathetic. You need to empathize with them. Assume the best in everyone until they prove otherwise. Be kind and withhold judgment, since that only defines you as a critic. This life, we need people around us. We need people, because we're talking about impact. Who are you impacting on? Are you impacting on the furniture? Are you impacting on just, space? You're impacting people's life, but how do you impact on their life? How do you live out your purpose when you don't show kindness to people you meet? So it's very important that we assume the best in everyone. Some of us have this wonderful gift of not liking someone before we get to know the person. Have an open mind about people until they prove otherwise. Now, when they show you that they are not people that you can, work with, not people you can assume the best, then you can now set them aside. But it is good for every man, every woman, not to be judgmental. Don't be judgmental of people you meet, because if you are so judgmental, it's very hard for you to make impact on people that you've already set aside. Do you know that it's easier for you to interact with people when you have an open mind? But when you have already set something about them, you have a parameter you've set, maybe a border, you've already built a boundary between you and that person, you cannot reach out. So if you are called to reach out to people, how can you do that when you don't have a human face? That's what attracts you to people. That's what makes people buy into your product. Do you know that some products that may not look too good, the packaging may not look too good, but because of the person that sold that thing to you, you are tempted to try it. I don't know if it has happened to you. There's some things that the finishings are not so good. The finishings are very crude, they look very rough. But because of the approach,
and the introduction,
the way he sold that thing to you, you just buy it because the person has a human face. And there's some things that we even get, not that we need them at that point, but just because of the way the person told you about this thing, you're just okay, let me just keep it for future use. Not because you like it, but it's the approach also. How did that happen? Because the person had, has a face. Sometimes just smiling at someone goes a long way.
Smile actually add value to your face.
Yes.
It's like makeup for
you
a
see,
woman.
not just to the person you are smiling at, but to you too. Yes.
It's like makeup.
You see?
When you see a woman makeup, it changes. Yes. Smile add value to you.
Add value, yes.
It brings attraction. It makes people want to talk with you.
Yes.
But when you frown drive people away.
Yes, because they don't know why you are angry.
Frowning.
Maybe you just transfer your
we're
aggression.
talking to somebody now. That my friend, I was receiving a phone call.
Yes.
Somebody was talking to him. He said the man is always frowning.
Yes.
And that was, he said, and he now said, no, it's in pain.
He's in pain.
And he began to talk about how. So you see, a learning time, people go a lot. People go through a lot of things in life. But just be kind, like what you said. You see. Now that leads me to say a story. There is a man that so many years ago, the man. This is a true life story. What happened? He was actually looking for how will he succeed? How will he make it? He had a big dream. He was told that he was going to be a king. Wow. And in walking to be a king, the king that was on the throne did not want to see him.
Wow.
So he was driven away from the house. He went and he started staying in other places, other country to survive. But the king didn't want to see him. So he ran away. His life was under threat. On that fateful day, him and his wife, and he left home to go and look for what the family will eat. And coming back, he did not meet his wife. He did not meet his children. Another set of people came, burned the city down, took his wife, took his kid, took everything about him. When he got back to this house, he found out he made the whole house empty. Then the man cried. It was said that that man cried that day that until there was no tears in his eyes. I don't know how many people have ever been there where you shed tears like you cannot make it. It's like everything is against you. It's like, oh, how would this thing be? That was the situation of that young man at that time. But he encouraged himself and he said, what am I going to do? And he said, okay, let me try to look where I will find my wife and my kids. So what did he do? He went looking for his wife and his children. On his way, looking for his wife and his children, he saw a man near death situation. And I've often asked myself, even when we talked about being kind to everyone you meet, I've often asked myself, what I'm sharing with you this morning is the things I also wanted to look. Because your kindness can actually lead you to what you are looking for in life. This young man went back saw the guy on the ground, and they said, this man is dying, cannot talk. But is he still breathing? He checked the man. I was wondering, you that are looking for your wife, you are looking for your children, you are looking for your household, and you now see somebody on the way. I've often asked myself, anytime I'm talking about this story, I often ask myself, if it's you, will you stop? It's easier said than done. If it's you, will you stop? I want to recommend to you today, always stop and show kindness. Because you don't know where that kindness will lead you to. You might be thinking that the man that you are showing kindness to is the one that actually needs your help. No, that kindness you are showing to that person is an introduction for your own help.
Exactly.
Anytime you show kindness to somebody, don't feel that you are helping that person. You are actually helping yourself. I have seen it over and over. Wow. Many times I've told people, when God wants to bless you, he gives you an opportunity to be a blessing to somebody first. And when you bless that person in turn will now have a reason to let you into the words of blessing that God has for you, that was through him you were going to get. I have seen it over and over and over again. Show kindness. Don't be cruel to people. Be kind to people. And in so doing, you will get into that place of your life where you will come to a place ever-ending, never-ending success. You will keep on moving from one stage of glory to another. You know what this young man did? He went to that man, gave him water to drink, gave him food to eat, and the man has strength. Then he started asking the man, where are you coming from? Unfortunately, that man was among those that went to his house, that burned his house down. The man was a man. The man said, oh, we went to so and so place. We stole here. We did this. We did that. All the information he was looking for to be able to have back what had been taken from him, it was in that man. And if he had ignored the man, he would have ignored the information. He would have ignored the answer. He would have ignored the solution. He would have gone searching, and he wouldn't have gotten the information that he saw in this young man. But don't forget this, he had to give him water. He had to give him bread first. Show kindness. A lot of us, we are too conscious of our problem. Many times, you are looking for help. Help somebody. When you help somebody, that same person can come back tomorrow to be of a better help to you. Show kindness. Be kind. Don't be kind to people you know alone. Be kind to strangers. Just learn to do things that you know that you can, when you can, and how you can. You know what that young man did? He told him and said, this is it. The man said, okay, where is the place? Can you take me there? He said, why not? I have strength. He led him, and the man not only recovered everything that they stole from him, he also got a lot back. But I want to tell you, that man, when this other man became a king, that guy was among those people.
Wow.
So you could find out that many times it's vice versa. When the hand is dirty, when one hand is dirty, The other hand bring water and soap. When you join the two hands together, by the time the two hands rub themselves, they come out clean. You can make it. You can succeed. Be kind. Be kind to people around you. Time will not permit you to tell you story upon story. Just be kind to somebody inside the car. You know that this person is not feeling too strong. You can calm down. Maybe you're in the front seat. Why not take the front seat? Let me stay at the back. It's a way of helping some. You know, sometimes those days, you see somebody pushing his car. You help the person to push and start the car, and the man takes you to where you are going to. Life is all about give and take. Don't be a Dead Sea. And the reason why it is called a Dead Sea, anything that enters there does not come out. Be kind to somebody today. Be kind to your wife. Be kind to your husband. Be kind to your co-workers. Be kind to people around you. Above all, be kind on the road. Learn to stop, allow somebody else to walk and pass. Learn to allow people to cross your way. Don't just be a man that, hey, you don't give anybody a damn. No. Just be kind to somebody today. And I say, you can make it.
Yes, and you know, and you can just listen. When someone is to just listen to someone, just listen to them. You know, listen. Most people don't have someone they can talk to. Be a shoulder someone can lean on, you know. You being there and listening, you're unburdening the person is, you know, releasing himself to you. Promote peace. That's being kind. Promote peace. Send, you know, SMS, send message of encouragement to people once in a while. You know, just do all these things. Go out of your way to give practical help. Just help. If you need, you know, just do things for people that they may not be able to pay you back. But I tell you, there's always a reward. And I know that you can make it. We can make it. Yeah. Let us just be that bridge for somebody. Even if it costs you something, you know, it costs you, it will cost you your time.
Yeah,
it will cost you your money, a lot of things, you know, but just do it. And I tell you, you're going to get the reward because it makes you better. It gives you a human face. And through that, you can find your purpose. Many people find their purpose through just being kind.
Yes.
You know, and they found their purpose in life. If you want to live your purpose, you want to find that purpose, be the person, be the bridge that someone can use to climb to the next level. And I tell you, you're not doing that person a favor. You're doing yourself, just like you said, smiling. I'm not just smiling to make you happy. I'm making, yes, I'm getting better. I'm exercising the muscles of my face also. Yeah. So just say something nice to someone, give a genuine compliment. I have had places where a genuine compliment just made my day. Yeah. You know, there are some days we call them, just call them bad days because you just feel low. You don't even feel you are well dressed for that day. You just feel out of joint. You just, as if you are just scattered. And someone just said, wow, I like this about you. And you're like, really? Then I have to straighten up. You just find yourself straightening up. And that makes your whole day because it keeps ringing in your mind. So say something nice, you know, clear the clouds, the dark clouds over somebody's head. And I tell you, we just be doing the right thing that will help you on discovering your purpose, put you on the right and living life to the fullest also.
Wow. You know, what a joy to come to share thought on I Can Make It. And before we call it a day today, don't forget you can write this down. Don't just talk about your dream, make it a reality. Don't just talk about it. You have great dream, you have great things, purpose, and like, man, go ahead, make it a reality. You can make it. Until we see you again in our next edition, this is Samuel Asamota and Queen saying, you can make it. Bye-bye, and God bless you. Joy to come and to be sharing thoughts with you on our program.